Hey guys, what's going on? It's Dan Mushroom Man again with another episode of Live in the Lab. Everybody's having a great day. What is going on, Gabe? How you doing? Chad? Terry, how you doing? And I've had a busy day, so I kind of came in here really quick because I have so much to do before the farmer's market on Saturday. And so first I'm going to smoke a little cannabis for the first time today. I had to drive all the way to St. Louis today to pick up a part for a trailer. So I've been driving a lot. Hope everybody's doing well as well. Don't forget to hit that like, share, reaction button. And let's get that giveaway going. I love giving away stuff. So we're going to give away another bottle of Lion's Mane. Why not? So let me get that going. I love hearing all the stories about all the products and how they're changing people's lives. I hear it every single day. And the Lion's Mane is definitely one of them. It is a powerful mushroom, so we'll get that hashtag going and give that away. Good to hear, Mike. Good to hear. And I don't go live that often anymore. I almost forget how to use this thing. So there we go. And I'd love somebody who, if you haven't tried the lion's mane, that's who I'd love to get in this contest. Of course, if you're welcome to get in it, but I'm hoping somebody that has never won or never tried lion's mane can get this giveaway, because that's what I like, to get it into people's hands who've never tried it and maybe make a difference for them. So what's going on, Violet? Violet, you won some elderberry syrup on I think it was Friday on Rasta's show. I think you probably should be getting it, or have gotten it already. So let me know how you like it. That elderberry syrup is a new kind now. I've actually got a local elderberry guy, and it tastes different and than my old style, which I bought off of the internet. But I always wanted to buy some local, so that elderberry syrup is awesome. And I am a lazy marijuana trimmer. I have to trim it as I smoke it. This weed's been sitting there a while, and I don't have any left that's trimmed, so I got to cut some up as I smoke it. Yeah, I shipped it on Monday, I think, Violet, and depends on where you live, but you should be getting it today or tomorrow, unless the post office just sucks at delivering to your area. Just like when I ship to Rasta, it takes like an extra 2 days to get to him, even though he lives right across the state. But I hope everybody's having a great day. It's raining here in Quincy. Just had a big bad thunderstorm move through. Yeah, the lion's mane is powerful. The Fico is too. If you didn't know I have the Fico available, go check that out. It is pretty affordable, and I just got some yesterday. Somebody else gave me some high regards to it. It helped him through some pain he's having. He had surgery, and the Fico has been helping him through that pain. So don't forget that Fico is a powerful tool for pain relief and insomnia, and to use that. I think people seem to forget that it's a cannabis product, and there are other things than just getting high. There the pain relief that comes with Fico and the sleep. So I keep seeing those two things, when people tell me, they're like, this hand helped me take care of my pain. This helped relieve my pain better than anything else. So that's what I like to hear. That's why what my purpose is here, is to educate people on the power of medicine, so you can quit relying on those prescriptions. I love hearing those stories of how this stuff is powerful and effective in doing that. So there we go. What's going on, Jenkins? How you doing? I'm already hot too, so that's why I kind of wanted to go in the basement and go in my lab, because it's cooler down there. But we had a storm move through, and it's gotten a little bit hot and humid. But we had some tornado sirens go off. I don't think we had any tornadoes. I think we just had some really severe weather, but I didn't see anything that was tornado-like in our area. But that tornado sirens definitely went off about 30 minutes ago, and I know a lot of people headed to their basement. So hopefully everybody's safe. That thing's marching across Illinois too, so that this storm system is, and it's going to punch out some volcanoes. So not volcanoes, some tornadoes. So just be aware of that. And if you live in Illinois, especially northern to central Illinois, and please get in the hashtag, the lion's mane. That is for a bottle of lion's mane. Let me actually go get that. So we've been selling a lot of lion's mane this week. I actually had like 12 orders last week of all different kinds of things. Now that I have this stuff too, I've been selling a lot of that. And so these two are slowly becoming my most popular products, the lion's mane and then the mixed capsule. And I 100,000% feel a difference when I take this. When I take all three of them in the morning, tend to be a lot more focused, more energy. My bipolar symptoms seem to be a lot more regulated. So every morning I take 2 of these and I take 1 of these, and that gives me roughly about 800 to 900 milligrams of lion's mane, and then 100 and about 300 to 400 milligrams of the other mushrooms. The lion's mane is the most important, but your reishi and your turkey tail both add a lot of energy too. So I think I need to see that. Usually tag a few people in here before we get going. So let me get that going. And I didn't tag anybody in yet. But please tag somebody else in if you would like as well. Who could use this lion's mane or likes mushrooms and wants to watch what I'm about to do, because I'm going to go down in the lab here in a second. And just going to tag a few people in here. Normal. But we have our first farmers market this weekend. It's the first outdoor market. It's going to be usually the biggest market, so I don't have many mushrooms yet. I'm still trying to find that time to make mushrooms with the full-time job I have, but I'm learning how to do that. I'm getting better at it, and I'm working down with systems to help me navigate this easier, because the hardest part right now is finding the time to actually make and grow the mushrooms. But I'm learning to do that, and it'll be a lot easier once I get better equipment, which I've been doing. I have my 400 pill press machine now, and I have a stainless steel table that allows me to do a lot more things now. And it's making my life easier. So we're slowly getting there. We're slowly adding that equipment. It's going to make my life easier. But man, I'm excited for the farmers market outdoor to start, because the indoor market that we had this winter was not very popular. It still did very well for how slow they were, but the outdoor markets, obviously, there's a lot more people, and we have a lot more vendors. 27 vendors. We have 27 vendors at this farmers market. That will be the most that Quincy has ever had at a farmers market. It's growing in popularity. A lot more people are understanding the importance of a farmer's market, and that you can get things more affordable now, have more options, for your vegetables and all kinds of other things. So it's in Quincy, Illinois, at Washington Park from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on every Saturday until the end of October. So if you're ever in the Quincy area, check that out. And don't forget to hit that lion's mane hashtag. But cheers, people. Cheers. Hey, you lead. Yes. So this one, you can use EBT money. It's actually put on by an organization called the District in our town. Excuse me. And what the district does is they try to promote stuff in our downtown area, which is like I think it's like 5 square miles in our downtown. And they try to entice people to come down there. They organize things, and they also accept EBT money. And how it works in Illinois is if we have a program that is like, it's an extension of the SNAP program, which allows you to buy food for people who can't, who need help. It's government assisted program. But this one, actually, if you go to the farmers market and you spend $1, they give you $1. So you double your money. So let's say you go there and you purchase $20 and they give you these tokens. They actually give you 40 as part of the SNAP program. And how that works is allows people to go to farmers market and buy healthier food instead of going to the market buying crap. And a lot of you people know that in low income areas, when you go to a grocery store, like 90% of the food that is in a grocery store is not very good for you. There's not a lot of healthy choices in low income areas because obviously there's a reason for that. It's expensive to eat healthy. And I really like that Illinois has that program to allow people to go to farmers market and get that extra money to buy those healthier products for their family. How you doing, Gabriel? Thank you for the tags, guys. Appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like, love, share, reaction button. I really appreciate it. I'm just smoking a little cannabis. I just got home a little bit ago from working, so I'm kind of in a hurry today. So we had a hub that broke on a trailer, on one of our dump trailers that hauls anywhere from 4 to 6 tons of stuff. And the wheel actually came off of the hub, nearly fell off. And so I had to go to St. Louis and buy a special hub that they don't sell in my area from the company that makes our trailers. So I had to drive to Wentzville, which is about an hour and 45 minutes south of me. And then I had to come home and fix the trailer. And mission successful. The trailer's fixed. My boss is happy, and things are back to normal. So, what's going on, Perry? How you doing? Appreciate you being here. Great they do that for sure. Good afternoon, Margaret. How you doing? Appreciate you guys stopping in here. We are live in 3 locations today. Facebook, Great River Mushrooms, my personal Facebook, and then YouTube, Great River Mushrooms. And by the way, next week we will have we will not have giveaways on Rasta's show and Gabe's, and that for a reason. We are having our big giveaway, my big giveaway, Dan the Mushroom Man's page, 3,000 follower giveaway. I really appreciate all the love you guys give me. The last middle of June was basically when I started more or less this online journey of podcasting more. And I really appreciate all the followers, all the people who have continued to come in here and learn and teach me something as well. So we're gonna have a big 3,000 follower giveaway party next week. We're gonna have I probably have 10 items to give away during the live, and we're gonna have some auctions. We already got 2 glass pieces that we're gonna auction off. Three glass pieces that we're gonna auction off. All the money is gonna go towards Fungi and Friends, and I'll play that commercial. Actually, I have a Fungi and Friends commercial, and you'll actually know what Fungi and Friends is. So check this out. Hey guys, it's Dan the Mushroom Man. Just wanted to remind you that if you donate to those Facebook stars, all of those donations will go to Fungi and Friends school program at Great River Mushrooms and Herbal. And that school program is where we bring hands-on skills into the classroom to children and teach them about the fungi kingdom and the knowledge to grow those mushrooms. Again, learn more at the website greatrivermushrooms.com, folks. So yeah, that's the Fungi and Friends is a program that I started. We will enact it next year, the next school year, 2024-25 school year at a local school. We're going to be teaching kids how to grow mushrooms, and we want to send them home with something. So anything, the star donations as well as the auction money that we have next week will go to fund that. The goal is really to send each kid home with a mushroom bag that will actually grow mushrooms at home. And if you didn't know, I sell those on my website for $20 each. And we're going to give each kid one of those. And I think we have about, I don't know, there's probably 30 or 50 students in this academy. It's actually called Olmus Academy. And it's actually, they use a classical style of teaching method to teach students. If you don't know what classical is, look it up. It's kind of, but I really agree with how they teach kids there. They actually teach kids in 2 age groups, 1st through 6th and 7th through 12th, and they actually teach the students together. That's the one big difference that you'll see if you go into there. And what it actually does is encourages the older people to help teach the younger people skills. And I watched it in the classroom, because when I went and taught some mushroom class, they gave me a tour of the school, and it works. I mean, these kids learn more responsibility when they feel like they have to teach these younger kids. And it's really interesting and intriguing how this method works, and how they and more parents are paying attention. They increased their the amount of students enrollment by 50% again this year. They keep doubling their enrollment, so people are paying attention. What's going on, Ted? Nice to see you in there. But Yeah, it's not Catholic. It's not Christian based or Catholic based or public school based. It's somewhere in the middle, but it's more or less they try to seek the truth and let the students be their own guide. Which not a lot of schools do that. We kind of like, hey, you want to play this piano? Hey, you want to kick the soccer ball? And we just kind of push kids towards where we think they want to go. But this school encourages kids with creativity to find their own path in life. And I think that's important to young kids. So yeah, I'm excited about that. The Fungi and Friends, if you, like I said, you donate any stars, 100% of your stars go to that. We have already raised $26 with the star donations. So I appreciate that a lot. What's going on, Joe? Hopefully Joe, you fixed your cooling system issue you were having yesterday. So yeah, the auction next week, and if anybody else would like to auction anything off during my live, like I said, we're gonna have 10 different items to give away, and then during the live we're gonna have a giveaway every 15 minutes, and then we'll have auctions going on as well to help raise money for the Fungi and Friends. So right now we have 3 pieces to auction off, including this one here, which will get cleaned out. I have sampled it a little bit, but trust me, you won't even know I used it by the time I clean it. I'm really good at cleaning the bowls, but yeah, this one will be one of them. We're going to auction off one of these, this thing, the eye. And we got one from Gabe. Gabe donated. Welcome, Ted. I'm glad I got to you safely, too. And I forgot to throw you in some mushroom stickers. I packaged the whole thing up, and I realized I didn't get you the mushroom stickers. So I owe you on the next one. But I appreciate it. And I don't really talk about it on my website a lot or on my live, but Ted did. He purchased something that's kind of not on my website because it's such a large quantity, but you can order a whole quart of coconut oil infused with Ophelia. It's a lot. I think altogether it was like 3,000 milligrams of THC in it. So you'll basically be able to make like a recipe like 8 different times. It only takes half a cup and a batch of cookies to make a recipe of edibles. So I do sell it in the quart. You're welcome to message me and ask me what the pricing is on that. I don't really market it a lot because most of the people I used to sell it a little bit because I had a customer who bought it monthly, and it really helped her Alzheimer's. So this particular strain called Ophelia is actually interesting and intriguing with how it interacts with Alzheimer's people. I've given different strains to this lady. I kind of got to experiment for about 3 years with a woman in her 70s who had a severe case of Alzheimer's through her nurse. Her nurse found me. I was giving out samples. Somehow she tried the coconut oil and it changed her life. But she did end up passing away. But at least the last 3 years of her life, she was able to overcome Alzheimer's a little bit, come back, and her husband, saw the differences in that strain. And the funny thing is, I gave her other strains and they didn't have the same effect. So there's some kind of terpene. There's a terpene in that cannabinoid in that particular Ophelia that seems to be doing things for Alzheimer's. So it's really interesting. And that's the one you got, Ted. You got the Ophelia one. But man, that Ophelia is potent. I don't eat edibles that much probably because of that Ophelia. Every time I eat it, I end up falling asleep because they get so baked. But that's usually what happens when I get really high. I get really tired and I fall asleep. And almost with any cannabis too. So unless it's a really, really banging sativa, those usually do not do that. Which this stuff was pretty good. I don't have any of this left, but this was something I had last week. Pretty good product. I like the Jet Fuel OG. Chocolate chunk muffins. Nice. Well, Sandra, I do have a little bit of Ophelia left. Since I quit making it for my FICO, I have like enough to make a few quarts. Because when I quit making the FICO, I found another strain to use. The Dosey-Dose strain is now being used for the FICO, but I am still growing cannabis. I just It's going to be 8 or 9 weeks before I have. Oh, wait a minute. There's actually a Ophelia plant hanging in my garden. I totally forgot about it. So there's a whole plant of Ophelia still hanging in my garden too. Dan Stoner. But man, that's what happens when you mushroom farm. My cannabis garden gets put in the back burner because my priorities are my roofing job, because my roofing job obviously pays the bills, and then the mushroom business is great supplemental income, but it isn't enough, to live full time in this world. But it's very awesome that that I get the supplemental income with having the side gig, and then comes the cannabis. So the cannabis kind of got put on the back burner, and sometimes I forget about it and I neglect my garden because I grow mushrooms too, and that takes a lot of my time. Bad service. Well, so Sandra, I still do have some of that left, so you can definitely hit me up and maybe if you prefer that in the honey today, I can put that in the honey. I said I haven't made it yet, so I was going to make it tonight. And so if you want me to put the Ophelia in the honey, which I think you probably do, I'll just do that instead. And we are getting another machine too. I'm getting another infusion machine. My goal is to have about 3 or 4 of them, because it'll save me time. My business will always be focused on making small batches, so I don't want to get like some large machine and make large batches of stuff, because I think that you lose some quality and some potency when you do that. And you can see it in the products you buy from the dispensary. They nearly are not what they say on the label. I think small batches with love is better for quality and potency. So I will always do that. I'll just get a bunch of small machines. I get the little infusion machines where you can fit about a quart in them. I think it's a 6-cup infusion machine. But we'll probably have like 3 or 4 of those going at once, and we'll really be able to push stuff out. So I don't ever want to take that away, because my goal with this business was to educate people and then put out quality products. And if it's not quality, I'm not selling it. So that's why I take it really personal when somebody is not happy with my product, which it's only happened about once. I think about it, and I'm always trying to make people happy with my products. But obviously, you can't make everybody happy. That's the way life is. And again, we got 20 people nearly in here. We got 15 people in that lion's mane. Please also don't forget to hit that reaction button. And helps get people in here. It helps the algorithm get up. It helps me sell products. And selling products means that people are getting healthy, natural medicine at the end of the day. And that's what I like to hear. And at an affordable price too. So this past week, like I said, I had 12 orders, and nearly half of them were people I didn't know. So that's awesome that I keep seeing names of orders of people I don't know, because that means that the name of my business is getting out. People are talking to other people about me, and that's always a good thing when you see new people. So that's why I'm excited about the farmers market, because every week I meet somebody new. I have interesting conversations with people who openly talk about mental health, because I do at the farmers market. I've literally told strangers that I have bipolar. Not everybody's willing to talk about that. So people kind of are surprised when I start talking about it, and then they in turn start talking about it. And before I know it, I'm standing there for 10 minutes, talking to somebody about their mental health. And those people become friends. I've met a lot of people that way, and now they're friends of mine. I appreciate it, Ted. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Sandra. Justin, I'm feeling great, and I think I feel great because I started my day with these 2 products this morning, and I don't make that up. Like, I can literally tell when I don't take them and when I do. Yesterday, I forgot to take the mix capsules, and by like 3:00 in the afternoon, I was dead tired, and I was pretty exhausted by afternoon. And that's not typical of me. So today I'm feeling a lot better, a lot more energized. It's already 5:00, and I'm ready to do a whole night of some work tonight. But also, we had a new press. I have a new whatever you call it. Why can't I remember the dang name of it? The press, the heat press that presses my bags, my mushroom bags. I got a new one today, and I've gotten to use it, and it is amazing. I'm so excited about it. I need to actually just do a really big clap for that, because it's about time I got a new heat sealer that was actually worth a shit. I bought 2 of these cheap Chinese version heat sealers, and I've literally struggled for months to properly seal my bags. So I went out, spent some money, and I got a hell of a new one, and it's actually pink. I went with the color pink because I said, why not? I'm different. I'm Dan the Mushroom Man. Let's get a little color in the lab. So we'll go down there and see it. It's exciting when you get a new tool in the mushroom lab that makes life easier. Anywhere. I mean, you all understand that if you grow cannabis, anytime you get a tool that makes growing easier, it kind of gets you Oh man, that saxophone music's a little too slow. Here we go. I hope everyone's having a great and elevated day too. Cheers, everybody. I keep talking instead of smoking. But I know that a couple of weeks ago, I actually said I was going to quit smoking cannabis. I tried. I've quit. I've had now not have coffee for 6 weeks now, and I think that was enough of a big change. I really struggled with the stop smoking cannabis. I didn't struggle with the more of addictive part. I struggled with what it did to my brain. I really didn't have energy. I was blah. I just felt like shit. So I've cut back my cannabis use. I don't smoke during the day now mostly. I smoke once in the morning and then at night when I get home. So I've literally sorry, I heard water running. Let's make sure it isn't in my house. No, it's just running out of the gutter. It's raining again. But yeah, I couldn't handle the stopping smoking, so I like I said, I cut back so much, so that was a big deal. But I definitely don't. Eventually, I probably will cut back even more, but it's really helped. The coffee part is still something I'm getting over, and actually, I've read a lot of people's stories about how it took them like 3 to 6 months before their brain felt normal again from the stopping coffee. And from what I read, your body it's used to this chemical that the coffee makes at like a genetic level, like a DNA level. It takes something from the coffee. I do not remember what it's called, but when you actually take the coffee away, and then your body struggles to make that chemical or hormone, it really sucks. So you get these brain shocks, or what I call nervous system shocks. It comes up behind the heart. I think it's the vagus nerve, and it's agitated. So now that hormone or chemical isn't going through what was then the vagus nerve is now agitated, and it feels like heart palpitations. So it was interesting. It's gotten better now. Like every week that goes by, those heart feeling palpitations go away more and more. But I've had other people who just quit drinking coffee. On Reddit, that's actually where I read it. On Reddit, you can read a lot of good stuff on there. Other people's stories about having the same issues when they quit coffee. So that tells you how powerful coffee is. It is a drug. People always seem to forget that coffee is a drug. It is a powerful drug, and our bodies get so used to it over time that we tend to forget how powerful it is to our bodies. Until you quit taking it, then you realize, damn, planted a dozen cactus. Hell yeah. Smoke in the evening. Quitting that's a good choice now. I have found myself, since I quit coffee, having a few more sodas a week, maybe 1 or 2 more. I usually don't drink sodas, but maybe that's also too because of the roofing crew that I kind of work with. They have sodas in their cooler, and sometimes I indulge myself. But I definitely don't drink it on the regular, so that's a big deal to quit. There's a lot of sugar there. I think like 25 grams of sugar in a soda, so a lot. Oh, by the way, this is the new stainless steel table I got. I'm going to knock that over. So this is the new stainless steel table. It's actually 30 inches by 72. And I have all my pill press machines on here right now because I've been pressing the pills. But man, I really like it. It is sharp. I love anybody who works in a restaurant knows how sharp stainless steel looks. So I have my first table of what's going to be probably 5. So I kind of slowly buy them over a while because they are expensive, man. Stainless steel is just expensive, but there's a reason it is. It lasts forever. The resale value is always there. So if I ever want to take that and sell it, you can always, get a lot of your money back. But man, another exciting thing over here, Graver Mushrooms, stainless steel tables. So that's exciting. May seem pretty silly, but music shut off. But man, it makes my job easier because I was working on an old wood table before, which is where I'm podcasting at now. And it sucks to try to put capsules on there because it's a porous material, so it can actually be dirty when it doesn't appear to be. Stainless steel, on the other hand, is not porous. Once you clean it, it is clean. There's not anything that can get into the wood where it would be cause contaminations or anything. So our next one is going to be in our lab. We'll get a stainless steel table in our lab, and then we'll have one in our facility where we make our bags. So we have the which I'll show you right when I get down there. I'm just going to load one more bowl, and then we're going into the lab. And I always try to get done early before other people's podcasts, but it doesn't look like I will tonight. So I'm sorry, Gabe. Well, Gabe has a show at 5:30, but sometimes you don't have a choice but to be. I don't like to overlap other people's podcasts. I know because I like to join in them too, and I like other people as well to join in them. Sometimes it's unavoidable, and right now there are a lot of people live. I saw Daniel Wright was live, and seems to be 4:20 time. I appreciate it, Chris. It'll be it's interesting to see the journey too. Even from 2 years ago, I always at the time was aware. I'm like, I wonder where I'll be in 1 year. I wonder where I'll be in 2 years. And now in retrospect, I feel like I have achieved more than I thought I would. Now I still am figuring out how to grow a lot more gourmet mushrooms, but the herbal medicine part, I never expected it to turn into that. I never expected to sell this much and find customers. And my boss is calling me, but I don't know why he needs to go on the internet and see that I'm live. I can't answer the phone. But he said that's good that I can actually walk away from my phone for hours at a time when I go live. I'm like, well, yeah, it's hard to use your phone when you're live unless you're checking people's comments. But he can wait. As long as nobody's dying, you can wait another hour so I call him back. But hey, don't forget to hit that hashtag the Lions, man. People, we got 23 lovely people in here. I appreciate you all coming in here. Please hit that like, love, share, reaction button as well. It's much appreciated. And again, if you just joined, we're having next week. I don't have a date picked. Probably gonna do it Sunday. Maybe just do it Sunday during our coffee time and we'll do just a 3,000 follower giveaway auction party. And so you have to just pay attention to my Facebook, but next week we'll have a 3,000 follower party and we're going to have 10 giveaways and probably about 5 different auctions to raise money for Fungi and Friends. So look forward to that. Look forward to having a big party because we'll have people up on screen too and everything. So it'll be open invite. Sure, Ross will be there. Ted, you're welcome to come. And we'll have a good old party and celebrate, 3,000 followers. I really appreciate the opportunity to just meet new people, and It really has. Doing this Facebook Live has really allowed me to meet new people, has allowed me to open up and be more confident in myself as well. I'm speaking in public, so it's kind of in public, but I actually made a podcast, and I should play that sometime. My first podcast, which I guess I could bring it up really easy. And it's so crazy the difference how I am now compared to where I was then. It's actually on YouTube. Go back and watch my first video I ever did, and it's awesome when you can actually see it yourself. And like, I'm very aware of my behavior, of my lack of confidence, than of being scared to tell anything to anybody. So we'll have to go way back. So I've done a lot of videos since that first one. So there. Bring it up in a second. So I think this is really interesting, and maybe you guys didn't even know I made a video about this, but I will make this one again. I'm working on it right now.
These intentions can be very, very strong. They can, once you set an intention and you stay true in the trip, a lot of times you'll find something, and it will be a very powerful experience. Many times spiritual and mystical things happen, as a few things, but it's more of a ritual that you can put into using mushrooms. And I did this from the beginning.
Episode called "How to
and when I first started tripping.
This was,
and that's what I'm going to explain today. But I wanted to play a video.
It was
first that's going to explain how powerful these molecules actually are. We don't really know a lot about what psilocybin does to your brain yet, but we think that it does two things to different parts of your brain, and it diminishes
helped me become more
your ego and that portion of the brain. And it's very complex, and I'll let science talk about that. But I wanted to talk about the actual effects that you feel in this video, more or less.
On the Rumination Project,
and I was going to play a video by Mary Casamano. I hope I pronounced her name right. And she is,
and so I can share that knowledge again, but be more confident in my delivery. Because it was hard to do that. I literally, there was a few times where I broke down because I couldn't talk about the things that I can talk about now. So it takes time, and sometimes it takes years to become more confident in telling your truth, without being able to without getting emotional, without having fear, without having something in your head, telling you that people aren't going to care. So I think that is important for people to learn what their truths are, and so I learned mine through podcasting. So let me bring that other giveaway back up, and a lot of things that happened, how people get a mental illness, how I got kind of deeper into mine was I wasn't speaking my truths. I got buried and not believing in myself. So I really think that that even podcasting can really help somebody get through a mental illness like it has with me, because it's allowed me to meet new people and become more confident in myself, sharing my stories. I appreciate every single one of you for helping me do that. I love it too. Appreciate you, Sandra. Jimmy Mead, what's up? I was just thinking about you last night. I was like, I haven't seen Jimmy Mead in a while. And I almost asked Gabe if he had seen or heard from you. But I hope all is well. I hope your things are getting healthier for you. And I hope life's treating you well. I know that you said that you had stepped away, from Facebook, and I always encourage people to do that. It's always good for your mental health to step away from social media every once in a while, get a little reset, and then come back, because it is a tough world. But I hope all is well. I hope all is well to everybody. We got 21 lovely people in here. Cheers, everybody. But the series that I'm working on for the Rumination Project is actually called The Bipolar Truth. I call it The Bipolar Truth. It's going to be, I think, a 3-part series. And I'm going to have other guests on. I'm going to have kind of somebody who shadow work, as they call it. Somebody who helps with shadow work and mental illness. Turn that volume down again. And I have kind of a spiritual approach to how I got over bipolar, how this journey started, how I've been 4 years now without any prescriptions. And I continue down this road of healing a natural way. So I will share this 3-part series is going to kind of share that journey of how I got here. Because my journey started in 2020. That would be 2020, the first mushroom trip I did. And it was 2021. God, I keep forgetting the days. And, this has been a journey. And I want to educate people more that there are, natural ways to get through mental illness. So we have somebody who does shadow work. It'll either be a medium or a Reiki person. I have 2 people in mind on that. I'm also going to get a holistic doctor, and we're going to talk about holistic ways about the gut and how the gut actually can cure mental illness. I really believe that our gut is responsible for our mental illness and is also responsible for overcoming mental illness. We're going to go through that. I have 2 people in mind. I have actually a professional athlete who I'd love to come on the show, and I have a holistic doctor. Professional athlete, he is one of the guys, he talks about gut health all the time. And so that'll be like the 2nd part. And then our 3rd part, and I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that it happens, but I have a psychiatrist who believes in magic mushrooms. And if I can get him on the show, it would be amazing. I'm not sure if that's going to happen because he is still a licensed psychiatrist and not talking about that in public. He may lose his license. So I have to, we'll find somebody to fill that role in about how talking more or less what happens in the brain when you take magic mushrooms in this journey that I've been on. Because I haven't used magic mushrooms now for 4 months. I've found this groove in life, although lately I feel it coming back. I refer to it as a darkness, because anybody who has bipolar knows that bipolar is a very dark illness. And sometimes it comes creeping back, but there are ways to kind of fight it off. I've been very aware of it the last week that I've been kind of manic, and some very clear signs of mania. Even if you're not bipolar, or you're not going to be sleeping a lot. You'll find yourself fiddling around at night, like 1 till 2 in the morning, and you just don't get tired. That's usually the first sign of mania. The second sign is usually an increased sex drive. And I know that a lot of men deal with that, the increased sex drive. It actually happens. It's very strange how when you get in a manic behavior like that you become hypersexualized. So that's another thing that happens. And the other thing is you get a shitload of energy like no other, and it's really hard to overcome mania naturally. Sometimes you just have to be aware of it, and you just have to get more sleep, and that's usually the first step. Sleep more. But I don't usually struggle to sleep, so now I'm back to this kind of mania behavior, and I know that's usually when it's time to do a magic mushroom dose. There's I call it an underlying. There's something underneath the surface that needs let out, and I don't know what it is. A dose of magic mushrooms is going to make me aware of what it is. That's usually how I heal from these things, these manic behaviors. Do a dose of magic mushrooms. You bring your subconscious forward, and your subconscious is going to tell you what's wrong. And I kind of have a feeling what's wrong, but it's better to actually feel it, experience, and then let it go. Yeah, they say it's a sign of that your inner child needs work, and I it's really, I watched these intriguing videos on YouTube, and like once that you start explaining how the inner child is actually affecting your sleep, it's really, really intriguing. And I never thought that I would, 5 years ago, that I'd be talking about inner child work, but when you actually start to work on your inner child, you actually do sleep a lot better. And your inner child is kind of your subconscious spirit, where you're free, egoless, and you have no fear. And that's really, really hard to get to that state of mind. But when you like go through a phase where you're not sleeping well, things feel off, there's something deeper going on. It's not chemical or hormone. Sometimes you just got to release something. But it's interesting. I found it interesting more as I went deeper and deeper into inner child, and psychiatrists, neurologists, and every kind of thing talking about inner child, and it makes sense, and it really does. Inner child needs a spanking. I mean, our whole life is based off of when we start at 5 years old. That's when our inner child starts. That's when actually a child's brain matures, and he actually becomes his own personality. And you can see it in your own children. You can see it in schools. A child's brain is basically the same until they're 5, and then they kind of become their own personality, and that's when our brains all change into who we become. So that's the inner child. That's when the inner child starts, about that age. And so everything that happens from that 5-year-old on point on, affects our whole life. And that's why sometimes, you have to revisit that child. And sometimes you can only do that through meditation or magic mushrooms, in my case. But definitely encourage that. I need to blow my nose. So I'm just sitting here rambling again. But let's give away. I'm going to give away this Lion's Mane, and then I'm going to do another giveaway. We'll give away a crystal. Now again, hit that Lion's Mane. We got 23 entries. I went down that the podcast road down there, and I went deep into conversations. But yeah, that's what the bipolar truth is going to be about, and that's why it's going to be a 3-part series, because I really think it's going to be like 6 hours of different stuff I'm going to go through. And I really want to make it professional. I don't think it's going to happen until June or July. When I'll actually do that, and I'll start it. Like I said, I want to make it really, really professional. And then I also have some other things planned for the Ruination Project. I'm doing some ghost hunts. That's in October though. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to be doing lives, ghost hunting onto Facebook. And I'm in the process of buying some serious ghost hunting equipment. I'm not playing around. And we're going to do some ghost hunting, and I'm going to do that live. So that's going to be awesome in October. I'm really excited about that. So you'll be seeing that. If you're like, this guy's ghost hunting live on Facebook. Oh, man. You broke your lighter. I didn't know that. I didn't even know they made different types of butane. Interesting. I know they make different brands. It's interesting, Dave. Yeah, that does happen, and I've heard that too. More research is needed to why that happens. Honestly, I think there may be something in our diet that may affect it more, but interesting to see more studies come out of what actually happens. It really has to do with our gut health. So what happens is when you eat a magic mushroom, it actually turns into another chemical inside of our stomachs. So that's why only mammals can actually trip off of mushrooms, because we have a complex stomach. So what happens is our stomach acid breaks down the mushroom, it turns it into another chemical that goes to our brain and causes the high. So my guess is it has something to do with our gut health. If we don't have that proper acid in our stomach, then it can't break it down the cybacillin and turn it into another molecule. But more research needed to answer that truly. But you also may have got a bad strain too. That's hard to tell. And I hear a lot of people get mild to crappy strains. Now, when I was growing, I got lucky and I got a really, really potent strain. I still have some of it left, but only for my personal use. And I still could grow it someday. It's actually called the Burma strain, and it is a hardcore mushroom. I only encourage people to take it if you're actually trying to heal, or you're doing shadow work or chasing demons in essence, because it will send you there. And I actually have a few friends who are scared to take it. They refuse to take this particular strain of magic mushrooms because they say it's too hardcore. But it helped me heal a lot. It sucked me into my darkness. It helped me see things differently. But if you're brave enough to do it, shadow work. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Which, it's hard to do for people. Shadow work is not easy. You're chasing your own demons and trying to heal from them. But there's also strains out there that make you just laugh the whole time. So really, I always tell people it's strain based of what happens in your trip as well, because there are mushrooms out there that hit different receptors in our brains. They kind of like more for fun. They just remind you to laugh. And then there are mushrooms that send you straight to your own demons, and they're very difficult, trips. And you got some Burmas right next to you. Hell yeah, awesome, Jimmy. Hey Tony, nice to meet you. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. The Burmas I had they were bred by an underground grower for about 10 years. I met a particular woman 4 years ago who taught me how to grow mushrooms, and then who gave me her strains. And so I got a powerful underground Burm that was, a guy who knew what he was doing. He was cloning and improving the mushrooms. So you can do that by actually, when you grow mushrooms, you grow the mushrooms and then you pick the best looking one. You put that on a petri dish, you grow it out. You then do that over years and years and grows and grows. You can perfect the mushroom to a point where it is extremely potent and it grows extremely large. And that Burma did just that. So there are more strains like that out there for people who have done that kind of work. It takes years to do, but you can eventually grow a superior mushroom compared to what you initially had. Just like in when you do cannabis, it's something similar with, I can't think of the word, but they call it in cannabis. Selective breeding, maybe that's what it's called. Where you pick the best one, you grow like 50 plants, and then you pick the best one, the one with the best genetics, keep running it. Do it again, run it, and you can really improve the quality of it. But we need to get down to the lab. This is my last bowl, and then we're going down. I appreciate you joining me, though. Don't forget to hit that like, love, share, reaction. We're about to do this giveaway for a bottle of Lion's Mane, too. So, yeah, Dave, you're always welcome to hit me up. I love I love talking about magic mushrooms and how it works in the body, because I did a lot of research before I ever used magic mushrooms, and I still continue to do research. I still continue to remain open-minded of what magic mushrooms truly do to the brain, because there are a lot of that we don't know, but there is also a lot that we do know. So I always encourage people to use them safely, and always educate yourself before you ever take the mushroom, because man, it's a hell of a journey. If you hit it, if you get the right amount and you get the right dose, the right strain, your life will basically be forever changed. And magic mushrooms actually helped me become, they allowed me to awaken in a sense, and to my own, to who I am, to my purpose here in life, to what this place is. And so yeah, that was my first trip, changed my life forever. I would not be here speaking to you if I did not do that mushroom. That is 100% fact. And I feel like I may be in the grave. I would be in a grave if I didn't have that dose of mushrooms, and saved my life. But we'll give a few more people. We'll get that lion's mane. Got right here, we got a bottle of it. This bottle's going to the winner here. You're gonna get a whole month of lion's mane, and you're also gonna get some stickers. I also will mail you pamphlets. You're gonna learn all about lion's mane. So I'm here to educate you, and then you're gonna try this product, and you're gonna see how it's gonna change your life. Yep, that's the that when time slows down, Michael. That means you had it's a transcendent experience, and that's when I know I'm there. And I try it all the time. Go do a really big dose of mushrooms, then go look at the clock, and you'll just sit there and be like, that clock is useless. That clock means nothing, because time is a man-made thing. It doesn't really exist in nature, and you kind of break away from time, and then it just slows down. You feel like hours went by and there was only 10 minutes. And I find it really intriguing how that happens on mushrooms. The time transcendence. It's really intriguing. You got 28 entries. Anybody else want to get in it? Melissa? Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm probably going to do a dose of some Burmas here soon. I need to figure out why I've been struggling to sleep. I think there's something underlying, and I'll figure it out, and then I'll try to heal from it. That's what life is. And people, just because I'm better than I was 4 years ago doesn't mean you have to stop, being aware of your mental health. And it is Mental Health Month awareness. May is Mental Health Month awareness. I actually will be posting every single day about mental health on my page. So make sure you follow my profile. We'll be posting every single day about my journey with mental health, tips for mental health, and I'll be doing a couple more lives where I'll just be talking about mental health, kind of like I have been this whole time. When you have a Great River Mushrooms herbal business, mental health is definitely part of it. You definitely have to talk to people about mental health if you're going to sell your products, because obviously lion's mane is great for mental health. You're going to have more energy, you're going to have less brain fog, you're going to have more focus, and you're going to feel better. And that's what lion's mane does. $13 a month, people. That's all it is. $18 is shipped to you. That take 2 a day, or you can buy the large bottle, which are 25, and that's 120 capsules. And what I've been telling people to do is buy the mixed capsules and then the lion's mane, and you can take less lion's mane, then the bottle of lion's mane will last you 2 months. If you buy the large bottle, it'll last you 3 or 4 months. But take 2 of these, the mixed capsules, which are the same price, and then throw in 1 of these, and you'll get your daily dosage of mushrooms, and you'll really see a difference in your life and in your energy level. So I've gotten from multiple people who feel the energy part, who don't get a lot of energy because they have health issues. So definitely is a profound effect on energy levels, and it helps regulate that better throughout the day. All the power of mushrooms too. Who would have thought? But those mushrooms, man. They contain the chemicals that are only known in nature in mushrooms. So I can't even name them all. That's why they're in my pamphlets. Debbie, make sure you spell that right, lion's mane. Yes, Tony Archer. These are great for gut health. Let me just get the pamphlet. So we have the lion's mane, turkey tail. Let me just bring myself up a little bigger. So when you buy my product, you'll get one of these. This is a turkey tail one. We got the lion's mane. The pamphlet is going to explain all that great stuff in there. You can see it's a full page of information with our prices. And right on there, well, it doesn't talk, but it talks more or less in the anxiety and depression part. It is a prebiotic fiber, a lion's mane is, but it can relieve anxiety and depression due to its influencing on stimulating the nerve growth factor. And that is stimulated through the gut. So it definitely has a huge influence on your gut. It has a little bit of a prebiotic in it, but if you want a prebiotic, I'd go with the turkey tail. The turkey tail is more of a natural prebiotic, and also is a probiotic as well. So it can help with gut health. That's why I kind of recommend doing the three mushrooms, the reishi, turkey tail, lion's mane. Then you're really getting a lot of good benefits for gut health. And yeah, the website right there. Yep, for sure. As long as nothing is bothering you. Like in my case, I've been, I take my capsules, and then all of a sudden I've been struggling to sleep, and I've kind of meditated on it a little bit, and I feel like it's not, like it's more related to something that's stress in my life that I need to deal with. And sometimes we're just not aware of that stress, so it's always important to become aware of that stress. And sometimes it's trauma, or sometimes it's fixing a relationship with somebody. But we also have the pamphlet on the back, how to order right there. We do free local delivery, free local pickups. My local delivery is kind of limited because I do have another job, so sometimes you do have to wait. But I usually deliver in the mornings when you do make an order. But yeah, we got lion's mane, turkey tail. We got CBD, CBG pamphlets, reishi. Whatever you order, you're gonna get a pamphlet. So let's give that lion's mane away, and then we're gonna give a crystal away too. Yeah, Sandra, my mission is just started. I imagine I'm going to be in my 60s. I'm going to be like this laid back guy. I'm going to have all this information about mushrooms stuffed in my head that I still have yet to learn. Because even though how much I do know, I feel like I'm like 10% of the way there. Like there's just a vastness of mushroom knowledge that has to be learned, and I'm getting there. Every single mushroom that you grow also has to be grown slightly different too, and so I'm learning all that as well, learning how to use new equipment, and it's just a journey. It's awesome. So good luck, everybody. Let's do this. Let's give it 30 entries. Loretta, what is going on? Congratulations. I think you get a little golf clap. Are you still here? Everybody likes a good golf clap. Really, I need to get the Price is Right intro in here, and I'm going to get that going. So you come on down. You're the next contestant on Dan the Mushroom Man's show. Are you still here? I hope she's still here. I'll give it 30 seconds. Are you still here? I don't think she is. Loretta, 20 more seconds. All right, we'll spin it again. Going once, going twice. Yeah, I think we do have birch trees over here, Jimmy. Good luck, everybody. Ted! Ted, now I can ship you those stickers I told you I'd ship you. Congratulations. I'm pretty sure you're just here because you said congratulations a while ago. There he is. Congrats. Ted with the bottle of Lion's Mane. Well, the respin gave me time to load another bowl, so I'm going to hit this giveaway tool again, and then we're going into the lab. So we'll give away one of them crystals. A Buddha crystal. Again, congrats, Ted. Let's all congratulate him, please. Congratulate Ted. Oh, man, we can't go with that very slow. There we go. Well, let me just do the giveaway then, and then I'll show you the curtain. Positive vibes. Make sure I spell it right. Yep, Jimmy, that's the next thing I'm going to add to the menu is Chicago. I'm working on that. And what am I doing? I'm trying to bring my stuff up. This is for this giveaway. It'll be for that Buddha crystal. I'll ship somebody a Buddha crystal. I got a few of them already. And again, go check out Valerie Thompson for those crystal skulls. Check those out. I got a few of them. I'm hoping I win Gabe's. I got in for a waffle there. Another crystal skull. And another crystal skull. Valerie Thompson. All four of them I got from her. And my favorite, though, is this one. And that's an red obsidian skull. There's the price tag still on it. And I got in on a waffle of hers, and I won the waffle last time, so I'm hoping I win again. Manifest the good vibes that I do win it. Let me bring that hashtag like that. Congrats, Ted, though. You're always in here, and I appreciate the joining all the time. Let's smoke this bowl and go to the lab. The first thing we're actually got to do first was make our elderberry, and I actually I do a pre-soak. And I need to do that right now. So I actually take the elderberry syrup and I pre-soak it all in the fridge for about a couple hours. So. So our elderberry syrup is 5 different ingredients. That's kind of why it is a little more expensive. It is $10 for 4 ounces or 16 for 8. And you only need to take like half a teaspoon to really get the medical benefits from it. So we're making kind of quite a bit for this weekend because we have our biggest farmers market of the year coming up. So we'll more than likely sell a lot of the elderberry syrup. So we're going to do a triple batch, which will make me quite a few bottles. And we have our recipe right here. Elderberry syrup recipe. Then we're going to do 6 cups. So we're just put 6 cups. Yeah, see me. 6 cups of water with the elderberries. And we kind of want them to soak into the water. So we got 2 cups. And we do use clean water. I always recommend clean filtered water. Tap water is honestly becoming so gross that nobody should be drinking tap water. You should be buy these filters. They're really beneficial. You can actually taste the difference in water. Don't use tap water because it's pretty nasty. If I showed you what was in the pipes. So we get our elderberries from a local guy. And I buy them in big large bags. I actually have a whole bunch. So we're going to put this recipe, since we tripled it, we're going to have, looks like a cup and a half of elderberries. And I'm just going to sit in the water. And eventually we're going to soak it. It's going to be soaked, and then we're going to boil it and simmer it for 30 minutes, and then we're going to filter it, and then that will be our product that's left. So we also put ginger in it and cinnamon. So this particular recipe is going to have 3 teaspoons of cinnamon. And you'll taste that in the recipe. If you buy the product from us, you'll definitely taste the cinnamon. But cinnamon has a lot of beneficial especially for your gut. It's really good for your gut. And the music stopped again. And so all these things that I put inside of it are actually really good for your gut. So we're going to put 3 teaspoons. And again, this will all eventually be filtered out, but the cinnamon will already be kind of filtered into it. That's 3 teaspoons. We'll whisk it all together. And we got cloves as well. So if I can find the cloves. So it doesn't take much cloves. We use just a little bit of cloves in this recipe as well. So this one's going to be not even a teaspoon. It's going to be 3/4 of a teaspoon. And that's all that's required to make 3 batches. So again, this is all made in small batches with love. And then we got the ginger. So somewhere in my ginger. I can't find my ginger. I got ginger somewhere. But they usually cut it fresh. Oh, I put it in the fridge. That's right. So yeah, we got some fresh ginger, pieces of ginger. We're just going to cut it up. It's put in there as well. see it better over here. We're just going to cut up some ginger. And it calls for 3 inches of ginger. And if it refers to that, a lot of people don't know, 1 inch of ginger is actually equal to 1.1 tablespoon or 0.26 ounces. So you can actually weigh that out too, and then you can just chop it up. But we have a scale here, just weigh out 0.26 ounces. And that's way too much. So we're going to have 0.75, that's what we want. Right there. So we're just going to chop all that up, and it's going to get set into there as well. And it's just going to soak in the water for a couple hours in the fridge. I may even soak it overnight and then just bottle it up tomorrow. But the longer you soak it, the kind of better, because it all infuses into it. Again, we're using fresh ginger. This is cut up. We're not using store-bought. I didn't mean store-bought. I mean, we're not using bottled up stuff. And usually just cut it up into cubes and let it sit there. And again, it's all going to get boiled eventually. So we'll set that in the container as well. Just like that, that's all it is. And that's the beginning of a lot of elderberries here. So when you start to boil it and simmer it, it actually condenses. So half of it, half of it evaporates. And so you'll be left with more like a syrup, which is what you want. So there we go. We got everything soaking in there. Elderberries, cinnamon, ginger, and cloves. Kind of simmer it. We kind of have a whisk, trying to whisk it all together. Trying to get the cinnamon to kind of go into the water more, which it is. Again, you can make this at home, and it doesn't take that long. I can share the recipe with anybody. It's pretty easy. I don't, if you can make medicine at home, that's great too. And I would like to educate people on that. So now you're left with this really awesome smelling stuff. So it's going to go in the fridge. Well, it gets too hot, Jimmy, and it doesn't really take long in a pan. You have to evaporate some of the substance, so that's why it's more you have to use it in a pan. There isn't a lot of evaporation that happens in the infusion machine. So you have to time it too. So it's like 25 to 30 minutes at a simmer rate of about 180 degrees. So you kind of want to get it to boiling, and then kind of bring it back down to 180 degrees and simmer it for 25 minutes. And a lot of it will evaporate off, and you'll be left more with a syrup consistency like you see in cough syrup. All right, so we got our hands washed. Let's go down in the lab, and they're going to show you this new machine. I think everything's put away. We're not going to start the house on fire while we're down there. All right. Also, don't forget to hit that love, like, share, reaction button. We're going down into the lab, the dungeon. And if you're just first time joining me, we're in the bring the comments up. We are in the production room of Great River Mushrooms. So we have our bag machine over here. We got all our ingredients to make our bags, our production table, and then we have our fruiting tent. And we're trying to get more stuff in here. We're trying to work on being able to grow more blocks. So right now we don't have that many in here, and it's more or less trying to adequate time in my life to start growing the mushrooms. So we have about 15 bags in here, which it seems like a lot, but it's not a lot for commercial grower. Now I did sell, $120, $50 worth of mushrooms last week. So I am starting to sell more of them. But those were all people who bought it, single, like friends who bought them from me. I had some lion's mane, which you got a nice We got some more lion's mane growing back there. Chunk right there, and then over there. So we got another block that's about to go in as well. We also got 3 of a new fan in here, which has really been helping. So we have 3 of the AC Infinity fans now, and these are the waterproof fans. So AC Infinity is one of the few companies that actually makes a waterproof fan because it is 80% humidity in here all the time. So the fan has to actually be able to withstand humidity to survive. But this top one is the oldest, and it's getting beat up by mushroom spores. So mushroom spores will actually eat plastic eventually. They are corrosive, so they'll eventually eat the fan. I'm not shitting you. There is apparently some organic material in plastic that the mushroom will eat, but it's the spores. The spores sometimes fall out of the mushrooms and they get inside the system. And I can see it on this particular plastic. That's how I know it's older. It's got like this orangish, rusty color on it. What up, Rasta? Hope you're having a great day. I still haven't have Ted's comment up. Hopefully my mouse didn't get stuck again. There we go. So yeah, this is the fruiting tent, and we can actually grow quite a bit of mushrooms in here. It may look small, but this is a 5x10 tent. We can easily produce hundreds of pounds of mushrooms a month in this small tent. And we also have room for expansion down here. I think I just jammed a little. And the great thing is I actually found a mushroom tent that's meant to grow mushrooms. So this is actually an iPower tent, and it is not the greatest tent. It's starting to fall apart because it's an iPower tent. But it was the only size they had, and so I bought it. But we're eventually going to get a mushroom tent that's actually made to grow mushrooms in. And then we'll have another tent here once this room's gone, which we're going to go into the lab right now. But yeah, this is our concrete mixer, allows us to do our production bags. And we have a large bag and a small bag that we make. And just mix it here, and it works for how much I grow. I just have to get that time down to do it. We're in the lab now. We are now back in the lab, and this is the place I like to be. It is quiet. It's in the middle of the house. There's no windows in here. You kind of get away from the world, and you can just be in your own, little place. It is a little dirty, but it needs the floor needs cleaned. I need that janitor. Where's he at? Oh yeah, that's me. I got to do it. But the floor is dirty. That's okay. It's just got grain all over it from working in here. So I guess the fact that there's grain on the floor shows that I've been doing work. So, man, check this out. Check out this beast. There it is. The new piece of equipment, the heat sealer. This piece of equipment may not seem like much, but it is one of the more important machines in a mushroom production commercial setting because this seals my bags. And if you don't get good sealed bags, you're going to get contaminations. And if you get contaminations, you're not going to grow mushrooms. You're going to cost you money. So we just got our first seal the other day, and it was a great seal. We got some, we got some lion's mane growing right here in a bag, small bag here. This is going to be a giveaway on our show. Somebody's going to get a block of mushrooms the next week on my 3,000 follower, big celebration we're having. Yeah, these are our bags I'm experimenting with. So let me get the other one. These are my normal size small bags. They kind of cost a lot to ship though. And these are the bags that I'm working on the smaller size. You can see how much smaller it is. I'm eventually going to be giving these bags away more on the show, and they'll be a lot more affordable to ship. So we're going to definitely be having more products that I can give away. and be easier for me to ship. And that would cost, this one actually isn't too bad once I stuff it in a box. And somebody just got one last week, and she is in love with it. She wants to buy more. She grew golden oysters at her house. I had another person who grew some pink oysters. So these are on the website, some particular brands. $20 for the big bag. The small bag will probably end up being more like $14 or $15. And I'm going to see how much they grow with more experimentation. So yeah, excited about that. These are products, more and more products that I'm trying to get out there to sell and educate people on. I just don't sell lion's mane too. I sell herbal medicine. I'm sorry, I don't just sell herbal medicine. I sell actual mushrooms too. So yeah, that's exciting. We have this new machine now, and we're gonna do a couple blocks, and then probably call it a night. But we're just cleaning off our machine. We got a paper towel, making sure everything's good to go. And so we just started a whole new system again with the Great River mushrooms. This is going to be easier for me to produce mushrooms. So we went back to the glass jar method, which you can see I have a whole bunch of glass jars here. Bring it a little closer. Jars all over. Jars all over. Eventually we'll have jars all over. I'm still doing bags on my more popular products, but these are actually in this fashion, I am able to have a lot less contamination issues, and I'm able to effectively and be more profitable, I guess you could say, doing this method. It may take a little bit longer, but it's not really that much longer to do it this way. But look at that beautiful, healthy mycelium, all loaded in there. This is something called tarragon. I already forgot the name. I wrote it down on one of them. I gotta figure that. It's tiger sawgill. This particular strain is called tiger sawgill. It looks kind of like oyster species, but it's slightly different. Super aggressive mycelium, though. This is only 5 days old. 5 days old. Look at that. It is fully inoculated the mycelium. It's crazy. Whoop, there it is. What's going on, Diane? Sorry, I wasn't caught up with the comments. Don't forget to get in that positive vibes hashtag there, guys. Pot hazard, and we're giving away another one of them crystals. So we also have shiitake mycelium. Very veinous, as I call it. It looks like, you see it right there, is growing up the side of that wall. You can see the fibers. So it grows hair by hair, fiber by fiber, and it's single cell organism that kind of stacks on top of each other. Now, once it's fully inoculated, it actually is it's a bigger organism. It actually has the ability to fight off contaminations as a colony. So that's why we call it fully colonized. It has reached full colonization mode. Its immune system is now full strength. It has the ability to do a lot of things that it can't do if it was just a single cell organism. So we got to get some gloves. There they are. We got to get some gloves on. And make a few bags. So we're going to do we don't have our shiitake bags made yet. They're kind of a different recipe. No, it won't keep growing, Diana. So it's once it reaches full colonization mode, it's ready to be transferred into its growing medium, which will be these bags I have back here. So this is the mushroom bag that it's going to get stuck in. So this will go into here, and then it'll colonize this in about 10 days, and then in 20 days I'll have mushrooms. So this helps me colonize it, and then I can actually transfer it. So just imagine this as being a seed, and I'll plant the seeds in here once I break it up, and then allow it to grow in its final home. So we have some blue oyster. Again, I'm bringing the blue oyster is one of my most popular products. I sell thousands of dollars in blue oysters every single summer, and so it's something I like to grow because it's a very easy product to sell. People come back for it. It's a very meaty mushroom, and it's affordable. $12 a pound. $12 a pound. You can't beat that. And people are astounded by it. Maybe I'm not charging enough, but you know, it's profitable price for me, and I want to help people afford stuff that that I'm not trying to charge an arm and a leg for. So we're do some of these bigger bags. We do have our and we just started making our new 9-pound bag. So I've done a lot of research. I have a mentor on YouTube, and that I follow, and he kind of recommended a 9-pound bag. That's the most efficient way to commercially grow mushrooms. So I had 12-pound bags at one point. I went down to 10, and now I'm down to 9-pound bags. We're going to try to see how efficient his method is. But this guy's been growing mushrooms since he was 14. He has a YouTube channel. One of the most educated individuals I know of that grows mushrooms commercially. And he actually, go check him out. Southwest Mushrooms on YouTube. He actually has he lives in Arizona. He grows about 2,000 pounds of mushrooms a month. And he's one of the people who motivated me and intrigued me to get into commercial growing, because it looks fun and it looks awesome, and it is. And I continue to look forward to expanding, this business. So we got our little poker here. This is actually a steak skewer. This is what we use to break up our jars. It works great. Eventually we will get a better tool, but that'll be when we have some more money, and we'll actually have they make this thing that has a infrared heat thing in there, so you can stick anything you want in it and it'll kill the germs, completely kill all the germs on it. But it costs $300. And I'll eventually have that in my lab, and I'll have the ability to stick it in there instead of having to spray alcohol on it. So far, the alcohol method works great. We just have a towel and a rag. And, works great. Put our lab jacket on, and we're going to turn the fan on. I'm not going to be able to hear you as well because I don't have that unit on yet. So we have our, this is what we're working in front of. We're going to turn it on. You can't really hear it on the live, but it's really loud in here. So what this is doing is there's a filter that's actually on the other side of this wall. It's actually bringing it over, and then it's sucking in, blowing in air through here, and then blowing it out the front through some HEPA filters. So it's filtering the air, triple filtering it actually, and allowing me to work in front of a sterile environment where there's no contamination issues or stuff getting through. But it's pretty amazing that people can't hear that because it is loud. So we have our unit on. Now we're going to do some blue oyster mushrooms. And this whole container is going to go into our large bag. And then we're going to seal it up. So our first step is to spray everything with alcohol. We'll make sure everything's clean. We want to have our rag here sprayed with alcohol. And we're going to wipe everything down with our bag. We're going to open it up here, and it's going to be, vulnerable to contamination. So we want to make sure everything's dead. No germs. Same with our jar. We're wiping the outside off, bottom of the top. And then you're going to be able to see me open it up. So the first thing we'll do is open the jar. Just like that. Let's See how well our new heat press works? Perfect. Perfect. Perfect steel. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it's worth the money when it makes life easier. You know, buy the better product, man. So I've had issues with this heat sealer in the past with the shitty one I had, and now I just replaced it. And it's making perfect seals. You can see that I'm holding the weight up by the seal now. Awesome. Probably could be a little bit warmer. We're going to try a triple one just for experiment reasons. And again, all this is it actually applies heat for about 3 seconds, and then it actually seals the bags. So it makes a complete seal across. And each bag has kind of its own temperature, so I have 2 separate bags. So there we go. We got a mushroom bag. I'll put you over here. You can watch me mix it up. So we put that whole quart jar in there, and as you saw, the nice thump I gave it, it broke the whole thing down, and then it fell in there. So we now have all that colonized grain in our growing substrate. This is soy hull, which is like the outer shell of a soybean, and then we have our hard whole oats, hardwood pellets that are used in fuel stoves. So these are our hardwood pellets as well there. So they're just a mixture of both mixed with some water. So now we're going to give it a good shake. We're going to mix all that colonized grain throughout the bag. Like I said, it's like the seed. So you want the seed to go through the whole substrate. Spread the seed around. And now that we have a new sealer, we can shake the hell out of these bags. It makes life a lot easier. We can be a little more rougher with them without having the fear of them breaking, because the seal is just so much better. There we go. We have a mixed bag. Now we're going to give it a good squeeze once it's pretty compact. And then don't forget to write and date what it is. So it's a blue oyster species. And then we're going to write the 2nd of May. Just like that, we have, 5 pounds of mushrooms. Well, this one's going to be more like 4 now that I've cut down. But more or less 4 or 5 pounds of mushrooms will grow out of this bag. And I'll have that in about 20 days. So we'll do that to another big bag. And we have a whole bunch of different species, like I said. And then we kind of rerun new grain, add the bags. I make new grain inside of these jars. And so, like I said, we have a whole jar. Each jar can make about 5 pounds of mushrooms. And we have, how many do we have here? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's about 25 jars here already. So, and we're able to grow probably about 125 pounds of mushrooms with what I have on the shelf. We also did a bag of blue oyster right here, which seems to be doing really well. So we don't have any contaminations. I kind of got away from the bag. Like I said, I've been having issues with contaminations and with this particular grain that I was using. So it might be one there. It's hard to tell. We just have to monitor. But we do have some shiitake, some golden oyster that we need to do. And then we got some tarragon oyster. Blue oyster, lion's mane. The lion's mane grows a lot slower. And then we also have another strain called chestnut, which we're growing out. I'm going to start growing those as well. So, but again, don't forget to get in that hashtag. I'm going to make a few of these bags and then probably call it a night. Approaching the 2-hour mark, which is usually where I like to keep it. hit that positive vibes hashtag. We still got 17 people in the house. And we just do the same thing, making another bag, removing the clothespins, wiping it down. And we'll probably do some another blue oyster, which we got right here. Smells really good. That is the blue oyster species mycelium. It actually smells like really healthy. They also have their own odor. And we're going to seal that bag up. And again, we have another 5 pounds of mushrooms that we'll have over next month or so. They'll grow in about 2 to 3 pounds growth. Do the same thing again. We're going to shake it up. We definitely want the grain to go to the bottom, so we kind of shake, moving towards the bottom. Again, we got to move those seeds around the soil. Press it down. That thing's ready to go. This is a super aggressive species of mushrooms too. What's going on, Jane Doe? How you doing? The blue oyster is one of the most aggressive species, and what I mean by aggressive means it grows the fastest. So it grows super fast. And we got 2 of those now, and we'll probably do some golden oyster. And again, these go in our storage room and right outside the tent. They just get held on a shelf for about a week to 10 days. They get stored on this shelf outside the tent. Right now we have at least 7 bags that are already there. But we need to start getting a more healthy accumulation of mushroom bags in order to grow more mushrooms. So we are in the process of doing that. And then we'll do another large bag, but we're going to do some chestnut mushrooms. We have some chestnuts growing now, and the chestnuts are actually a very interesting mushroom. I grew them a couple last year. I grew like 10 pounds of it, and then I lost the species. I killed it. And now I have it back in my inventory. I've ended up buying it from another vendor. And it seems like it's a lot better in species anyway. It's a lot more super aggressive. Looks like the very healthy mycelium. So we have some chestnut right here. Looks really, really healthy. You can see some of that white in there. keep hearing thunder outside vibrating my house. But at least I'm in the safest place. If a tornado hits, I'm in the basement. It smells wonderful. So the chestnut mycelium has, it kind of reminds me of a camp. It smells like a combination of a forest mixed with a little campfire. And, the mycelium, every single mycelium has its own odor. Like the golden oyster smells like a melon. The blue oyster kind of smells like a little bit of outdoors. And I've kind of been learning the different odors as I grow more mushrooms, but it's really interesting. Yeah, real dark sky over my direction. Still trying to get the heat setting just right. That one was too hot. Just a matter of adjusting the dial and then. I think I got it. One more seal. Just experimenting now. I think that was it. Probably right there. So there's like a certain number heat setting. What's going on, Sadi Kun? Got somebody on YouTube. Never get enough mushrooms at the grocery store for sure. So we're gonna mix those seeds throughout the bag again. And we put about a whole quart jar in there, which is quite a bit. It's gonna grow super fast. The more seeds you have in there, the faster it's gonna grow. Because it's going to colonize faster in essence. So give it a good shake. Trying to put it really close, but I don't think I sealed it well. So that's another chestnut right there. Chestnuts take a little bit longer. This will probably take about a month. And then it'll eventually grow a really healthy growth. And the chestnuts are actually top fruiters. I did an experiment where I had them fruit from the side of the bag and the front, or the top. And so they actually grow out of the top of the bag. So it's really interesting to watch them grow. See, that's why I also do the quart jars too. So sometimes when I have too many, like a 4-pound bag, and I don't have enough of these, I have to seal it back up, and sometimes I end up losing that because of contamination. So this quart jar method, which I have a whole bunch of quart jars, allows me to come in here when I have a little bit of time, and then make these just as I have time accordingly. So we're probably gonna do, and I get to choose my species too. So I have now I have shiitake, something called tiger sawgill. I have chestnut. I have tarragon oyster. I have blue oyster. I have elm oyster. And I have lion's mane. So I have all those species. I have an elm oyster. There it is. So we just started bringing the elm oyster back. I almost lost the species, so we got some elm oyster too. So how many species did I name there? 1, 2, 3. All right, sorry, I heard a noise. We got distracted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 species right now in our inventory. That's probably what I'm going to try to bring to the market. We'll definitely have our shiitakes. We'll definitely have our blue oyster. We'll have our golden oyster. Sorry, so I have 7 species. Which I need to do more golden oyster here. But we do have some pink oysters too. Which we can do some pink oyster bags. This is actually all pink oyster here. But again, I'm just doing some quart jars right now, so we'll probably do another blue oyster because we really need to grow the blue oyster a lot. So we'll do another blue oyster, and then we'll hit that hashtag giveaway, positive vibes, and somebody's going to win another crystal, pyramid crystal, resin crystal, pyramid. Please don't forget to hit that like, that love button. I appreciate you guys joining me today and staying here if you have. Maybe learning a thing or two about mushroom growing or herbal medicine. Sorry, I usually don't talk when I have a bag open, so get this bag sealed up. See that mycelium on top of there? It's pretty cool. All that growing on the lid. So you can see we dropped some grain doing this method, so we have a lot of mess that we made. Once it falls on the table, it usually goes to the ground and then get cleaned up by the janitor. So we got another one mix now. We got our grain inside of the final resting place for this particular mushroom. This is the blue oyster species. So we want that seed to get all the way to the bottom. All that grain. And we're going to give it a good shake. We don't want to see any grain left. Let's all be inside of the substrate. And again, this new bag machine has allowed me to be a little bit rougher with the bags. gonna make sure it is sealed up. One more seal on it. Better be safe than sorry. That's why I triple seal them. It almost seals. It's just not sealing in the middle a little bit, but a little bit of an adjustment. Right there. That was a lot better. So again, we have our nice mixed bag now of a blue oyster species mushroom, which will grow about 4 to 5 pounds of mushrooms in about 20 days. And that's probably all I'm going to do for today. We made quite a mess. And now we're probably going to end up cleaning our lab later on tonight. So I got to get something to eat. And we'll give this crystal away. So again, hit that positive vibes. I appreciate y'all joining me. It also gets warm in here really fast, and that's why we're trying to move our mushroom lab to upstairs. It's just it's too hot down here, and when it gets in the summer, it's 75 degrees in here, and that's too warm for mushroom cultivation. But it'll work right now. But so we're gonna have to get our lab upstairs done sooner than later, and get to that air-conditioned spot. And then this whole room will move upstairs, which probably end up doing next couple weeks, even if the room's not ready. I appreciate you, Jane. We'll give it one more minute, and then we'll hit it. I'm starving. But we got a lot accomplished. And I'll probably be back in here later, because there are some more stuff here to use. A couple small bags. What's going on? Nobody's here. Nobody is here. Got 24 entries in that giveaway. I think we got everybody in there. Anybody else want to get in there? Hey, what's going on, Gabriel? Hope you're having a wonderful night. We got 20 people in the house. Appreciate you guys being here. Hit that reaction button, and I hope you guys join me at my 3,000 follower celebration that will be happening next week. We're going to have 10 giveaways and a whole bunch of auctions and a whole bunch of fun. So please join me next week. There'll be more information on my page. Follow me over at Dan Baird, Dan the Mushroom Man, in parentheses, Facebook page. Hit that follow button. Have me become one of those 3,000 people. And we do a lot of lives, again, about mental health and growing mushrooms and herbal medicine. And ghost hunting. So look forward to that in October when we do our ghost hunting series. Yeah, Rose, we're just about to give away this giveaway. I've been live for 2 hours, which is usually what I like to be live about 2 hours. Around 2 hours and 6 minutes. Anybody else want to get in that giveaway? Positive vibes. We're giving away one of them pyramid resin crystals with a little bit of a shaman in it. But I think we got everybody that we need in there. Going once, going twice. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Oh, Loretta won again. Loretta, you won last time too, but you weren't here on the first spin. Loretta, are you here again? That's crazy. You won twice tonight, but hopefully you're here one of the times. Here you go. Maybe you didn't even know you were here earlier and won the Lions Mane, but we had to respin. But congratulations. Congratulations. I think I may have your address, but if I don't, shoot it to me again and I'll get one of those shipped to you. Oh, this floor in here is dirty. My ADHD does not like the lab is dirty, so I'm going to have to fix that later and clean. Probably see me better over here. There we go. But congratulations. Congrats. Again, thanks you guys for joining me. And learning a little bit about herbal medicine and some mushrooms tonight. And again, join us again on, I'll probably be live again on Sunday with Rasa at coffee time. And the next week we'll have our 3,000 follower giveaway / auction / party. So until next time, guys, I appreciate you guys joining me, and much love. We'll end it with that great river mushroom commercial. So peace, guys. We'll see you later.